All right, today we're diving into the core ideas from Cal Newport's incredible book, Deep Work. And what's so wild is that its main point feels more urgent right now than it did when it first came out. This isn't just about a few life hacks. Nope, this is about a massive shift in how we think about our work and how we create anything of real value.
Man, this quote it hits home, doesn't it? It perfectly nails the crazy contradiction of our work lives. We've got instant everything, AI, chat apps, you name it, all promising to make us hyper-efficient. So why do so many of us end the day just feeling like we've been spinning our wheels?
I'm willing to bet that feeling of being busy but not really productive sounds painfully familiar. It's that 5 p.m. feeling where you're totally drained, but if someone asked you what you accomplished, you'd kind of struggle to answer. Well, the root of this problem is a powerful tension that's defining our whole economy.
So let's start by actually putting a name to this thing. The book calls it the focus crisis, and honestly, it's something that affects every single one of us, whether we realize it or not. Okay, so this right here is the heart of the entire deep work hypothesis. Think of it like this. On one hand, the economy is rewarding deep, focused work more and more. The stuff that actually creates breakthroughs. But at the very same time, our digital world is basically a nonstop fire hose of distraction, making that kind of focus almost impossible to find. So if constant distraction is the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us right to our next section, where we're going to define the antidote, something called deep work. And this is the key definition you need to remember. Deep work is not just focusing. It's about pushing your brain to its absolute limit, completely free of distractions. We're talking no notifications, no multitasking, no quick check of your email. It's just you, 100% immersed in one single, really hard thing. This comparison just lays it all out perfectly. Over on the right, you've got what Newport calls shallow work. That's the endless stream of emails, meetings, and pings that make us feel busy. But the real magic, the real value is over on the left in deep work. That's the heavy lifting that actually moves your career and your projects forward. So the big question is, which column are you spending most of your day in? So why is this distinction so important? I mean, who cares, right? Well, this next section breaks down exactly why learning to work deeply might be the most critical skill you can build for your career. According to Newport, if you want to thrive today, it really just boils down to these two things. You have to be able to learn complicated stuff fast. And then you have to apply that knowledge to produce work that's just top-notch, the best of the best. And deep work? That's the engine that powers both of those abilities. Think about it this way. Your daily habits are literally training your brain every single day. When you practice deep work, you're building and strengthening the parts of your brain responsible for focus and learning. But when you live in that constant state of distraction, you're actually training your brain to be scattered and shallow. Your ability to focus literally gets weaker over time. Okay, enough with the abstract theory. Let's make this real. We're going to follow two different workers through a typical day to see exactly how this plays out. First up, we have the distracted worker. You know this person. Their day is a complete whirlwind. They're praised for being so responsive, always on chat, calendar totally packed. They are the very definition of busy, just bouncing from one little task to the next without a moment to breathe. And the result is so predictable, right? At the end of the day, they are absolutely fried. They answered 100 emails, they went to all the meetings, but if you ask them what they truly accomplished, what meaningful progress they made, they'd have a really hard time telling you. But now, let's look at the deep worker. They do something that seems almost radical these days. They protect a block of time, maybe just an hour or two, and in that time, everything gets shut off, all of it. They pick one and only one important task and they go all in. And the result of this? It's completely transformative. It's not about one single day. It's the compounding effect. Week after week, this practice builds like a snowball. Their skills get sharper, the quality of their work starts to stand out from the crowd, and they end the day feeling truly accomplished, not just tired. This all leads us to our final and maybe most critical section. We're going to connect these dots to the future of work. And trust me, the stakes are getting even higher. Let's be clear. The old way of working, where being super responsive and visibly busy was rewarded, is becoming obsolete. The ground is literally shifting under our feet, and the skills that really matter are changing right along with it. And here's why this is so important right now. With AI getting better and better at all that shallow stuff, writing routine emails, summarizing notes, our human advantage is shifting. Our real value is going to come from deep thinking, complex problem solving, and genuine creativity. In this new world, your ability to control your own attention, that's not just a soft skill. It's your single most valuable economic asset. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. In a world that is engineered to shatter your attention into a million tiny pieces, the simple, deliberate act of focusing deeply is no longer just a productivity trick. It truly is the superpower that will define who succeeds and who gets left behind. The only question is, will you choose to build it?